Good afternoon, grade 12s. Welcome to our business studies class. We are still looking at quality of performance. We are about to finish this chapter, boys and girls. This is our last lesson on this chapter, the quality of performance, basically. Now, boys and girls, this is our 10th lesson since we have started with term 2 of STEAM Digital School, and my name is Hector S. Nkosi. All right, before we start or before we continue, I would like to recap some learning outcomes when it comes to this chapter. Now, boys and girls, you need to be able basically to elaborate on the meaning of your total quality management. You need to identify the following total quality management from given scenarios or statement. The continuous skills development or educational training, we looked at that yesterday. The total client or customer satisfaction, we're going to look at that. Just a minute, I want to drink my water. All right, sorry about that. It's a bit freezing outside, guys, so I'm having my warm water. So I'll keep on drinking my warm water now and then, right? Okay, I need my highlighter. I need a green color green. Actually, let me take green. All right, so we looked at how does the business affect the total, how does your total client or customer satisfaction has an impact in a business. We looked at that. Today, we're looking at the continuous improvement to processes and systems, the adequate financing and capacity, monitoring, evaluation of quality processes. We also need to look at the impact of the above mentioned TQMs elements on a large business. We also need to be able to explain how businesses can apply your your PDCA model or steps to improve the quality of products. You also need to be able to explain the role or importance of quality cycles as part of continuous improvement to processes and systems. And also, please also be able to explain or discuss the impact of TQM if poorly implemented by a business. Explain or recommend suggest ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. All right, boys and girls. So now let's look at our questions, basically. Now, when you look at your scenario, basically, we were still looking at impact of your total client or customer satisfaction on large businesses. So basically, we need to look at for each and every impact, we need to look at its positives and negatives so that we can conclude in each and every impact, or so that we can see how does it work. All right, boys and girls. So with your customer satisfaction, we looked at your large businesses uses market research or customer surveys to measure or monitor customer satisfaction. Also, you analyze your customer needs. This is also you continuously promote a positive company image. We know, boys and girls, I've explained this yesterday. I'm just recapping what we did yesterday, but I don't have to be into detail. So with your total client or customer satisfaction on a large business, the good thing about it, we said it's going to make a company's image to be positive or to look good, basically. Those are the things that we discussed yesterday. I'm not going to spend so much time because this was covered yesterday. It's just a recap to take you back. Also, we looked at the negatives. We know that not all employees may be involved or committed to it, total customer satisfaction, basically, boys and girls. So it is very important to understand what is happening, right? Then these are more negatives on customer satisfaction. Then we also looked at the impact on monitoring and evaluating quality processes on the large business. Now, boys and girls, we looked at this also yesterday. I'm just doing a touch base. I don't want to dwell a lot because I explained these step by step yesterday. So I don't think majority of you should have a problem, basically, right? However, yesterday I finished here. Basically, this wanted to explain it deeply. The application of your PCDA model cycle or in improving the quality of products, right? Now, I want to give you a minute, grade 12s, to think of your PDCA basically. Let me know how would you approach this and when can you use it? I'm only giving you just a minute and your time starts now. All right, boys and girls, your time is finished, and I hope you managed to come up with what you call you managed to come up with your plan, basically, right? So your the application of PDCA model or cycle in improving the quality of products. We need to plan, we need to do, we need to check or analyze, and we also need to act as needed. Now let's break down this plan, right? This model or cycle, basically, right? Let's start with the plan. So basically, boys and girls, here, when it comes, okay, I need my highlighter, just a second. So when it comes to plan, the business should identify the problem. So they must identify the problem because you can't plan without any problem that is given into the scenario, right? You must develop that plan for improvement to processes and systems. You must answer questions such as what to do and how to do it, right? Because you are busy planning at the moment, right? Isn't it? Then plan the method and the approach. What, how are you going to plan? That's your method. And I mean, how are you going to do it? And which way are you going to do it? Which way is the method and how is the approach, basically, right? Then now you have planned whatever you wanted to plan to improve the quality of products, then you must do, isn't it? So the business should implement the change on small scale, right? So also the business must implement the processes and systems. Implementation, very important. So do meaning it's a verb, meaning act, not like act as needed, but do it, start to develop it, start to implement the change on small scale, that's where you do. Also, boys and girls, you must check or analyze. So when you check or analyze, you must use data to analyze the results of change. You must determine whether it made a difference or not, right? So when you analyze, we always use data, because not data like your mobile data, but a data, it can be your graphs, it can be your pie charts, it can be anything that is in a form of illustration, you can use that to analyze like your trends and stuff like that. So you can also determine whether it made a difference or not. So we know that most of the time the illustrations, it's in the form of a picture, so it tells us when we look, we don't even have to scrutinize or do whatever. You can just look from the picture, and from the illustration of it is the picture, it will tell you more that what has been happening, or is there any change or not. We must also check whether the processes are working efficiently. The business should assess or plan and establish if it is working or things are not according to plan, basically, right? Right. Then now, what else that you need to look at is you need to act as needed, the last wait. So basically, when you act as needed, is it institutionalize the improvement? So it diverse strategies on how they continually improve. If change was successful, implement it on a wider scale, continuously revise the process, basically, right? So you must keep on revising your processes now and then, so that it can help you to improve also the quality of your product. Note that your PDCA model forms part of your TQM element, continuous improvement to processes and systems. Now, let's look at the role or importance of quality cycles as part of continuous improvement to processes and systems, right? So it's a bit tense here, guys, but we have to do it, and we'll have to understand it by all means. Okay, so here you need to solve problems related to quality and implement improvements, right? So these are the roles or implementation or importance of quality cycles, right? As part of your continuous improvement. Also, you must investigate. So we said we're solving problems. You must investigate problems and suggest solution to management. Also suggest solutions to management. Ensure that there is no duplication of activities or tasks in a workplace. So meaning that what has been done, make sure that you do not repeat it now and then. Make sure that it stays there as it is. You don't what you call um, do things that have already been done before. So duplicates meaning times two, right? So make suggestions for improving systems and processes in a workplace. So you must make suggestions, very important. For improving systems, just say suggestions for improve the quality of products, service productivity through the regular reviews of quality processes. So you must do what? Regular reviews of quality processes, right? That's an important point. Also, boys and girls, or grade 12s, you need to be able to monitor or reinforce the strategies to improve the mouth running of business operations. You need to be able to reduce the costs of redundancy in a long run. So reduce cost of redundancy in a long run. Increase employees' morale or motivation, can be through bonuses or whatsoever, right? Whatever that you prefer to increase the employees' morale. The quality cycles discuss ways of improving the quality of work or workmanship. right? So we need to be able to contribute towards the improvement and develop of organization. We need to be able to reduce costs or wasteful efforts in the long run. We need to be able to increase the demand for products or services of the business. Also, boys and girls, we need to be able to create harmony. So, very important for you to create harmony and high performance in the workplace. You must build a healthy workplace relationship between the employer and employee, right? So, the relationship between the employer and employee, right? Very important, this one, guys. Um, the employee must respect the employer. Also, the employer must respect the employee, because you guys are going to need each other at the end of the day. You must improve the employees' loyalty and commitment to their organization and its goals. Also, you must improve the employees' communication at all levels of the business. Also, boys and girls, don't forget to develop a positive attitude or sense of involvement in decision-making processes of the service offered, right? So I hope it makes sense so far, boys and girls. And I hope everything that I'm highlighting or pointing out, it actually makes so much sense, right? Now, let's look at the impact of TQM if poorly implemented by a business. So what if your total quality management is poorly implemented by business? What impact is it going to give us basically, right? So the setting of unrealistic deadlines may not be achieved, right? So deadlines that may not be achieved, right? So employees may not be adequately trained, resulting in poor quality products. So we know that our employees may not be adequately trained, resulting in poor quality products. Also, the decline in productivity because of stoppages, right? The business may not be able to make necessary changes of products or services to satisfy the needs of customers, right? So these are the impact, the things that we need to look at, that should the total quality management is poorly implemented by the business, what are the things or impact that we're going to face as a business, right? Also, business reputation or image may suffer because of poor quality or defective goods, right? So very important, business image or reputation, it will thingy. Customer will have many alternatives to choose from, and the impact could devastating the business. So customer will have a choice. So they will no longer come to your business, will have an alternative to choose from, right? Investors might withdraw the investment, very important, right? Because now you're not behaving okay, right? Because this is poorly implemented, your total quality management. In a company, sometimes we do find our investors and stuff. The decline in sale as small goods are returned by unhappy customers. So the sale will decline as goods will return by customers. High staff turnover because of poor skilled development, undocumented or uncontrolled quality control systems, processes could result in errors or deviations from a preset quality standards. All right. Now, let's look at the last point, boys and girls, of which the last point helps us to finish off this chapter basically, right? So this is the ways in which your TQM can reduce the cost of quality. We must introduce the quality cycles to discuss ways of improving the quality of work or workmanship. We must schedule activities to eliminate duplication of tasks. We must share responsibilities or responsibility for quality output amongst the management and workers. We must train employees at all levels so that everyone understands their role of quality management. We must also develop the work systems that empower employees to find new ways of improving quality. We must work closely with suppliers to improve the quality of raw materials inputs. That's also important. We must also improve the communication about the quality challenges or deviations so that everyone can learn from experience. We must also reduce the investment on expensive but ineffective inspection procedures in the production process. And also, boys and girls, last one but not least, we must always try to implement your proactive maintenance programs for equipment or machinery to reduce eliminate breakdowns, basically. So these are the ways in which your total quality management can reduce the cost of quality, basically, right? We must try by all means to implement these following points. This is very important, boys and girls. They do love to ask this, but sometimes mostly in a scenario. So we know under business studies grade 12 that you always be given scenario, and you need to be able to work with scenarios as they'll be as I mean when you do or when you go to your workplace, you'll be dealing with lots and lots of scenario guides as a business analyst and stuff like that. So be able to tackle a scenario. But I mean, at the school level, they're always going to give you short scenarios. You won't be working with long scenarios. So it won't be something that it's a lot, but these are the things that you need to be able to do and you need to be comfortable with also. So that's it from me, grade 12s. Should you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Always, guys, on my email address. My email address is nkosihector28@gmail.com. I'm always available, guys. I can you don't have to send me for this chapter. You can email me for any other business studies related question, right? We are here to help you guys. Remember, you're starting your trial exam, or which is your preliminary exam. You are starting them month end, August. The start date is the 24th of August, 2020. I hope majority of you are well and majority of you are preparing for you to win this victory. Guys, I believe in you so much, and I know it has been a rough year for you. The country's locked down, the corona. But guys, please, 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 just close your eyes. You're almost there. It's almost the year it's almost over, guys. I mean, we're in July, so the year it's almost over. So please make sure that you feel comfortable and you stay safe. You wash your hands, you sanitize always, you eat your books now and then, guys. That's one advice I'm going to give you from my side. Thank you so much, and I say have a lovely afternoon. Goodbye.